After the depressing events of last episode, the party agreed to end the Netherbrain once and for all, gathering all the Netherstones and storming towards what will be the end of our campaign. At this point in time, Halzin was dead, Asterion was dead, Karlak was having a mental breakdown, and I pretty much learned my lesson as it relates to talking to my companions. It's just that I genuinely forgot how much impact I have on them, which is crazy. You think they're their own people, but it's okay. I'll take my L. Elizabeth and company sailed along the murky waters, thinking to themselves, are they ready to take on the big bad, the Netherbrain, the Netherese, well, not a person, but the evil incarnate that has been pulling the strings behind all of us the entire time? Well, time to find out. Can someone explain to me why Elizabeth failed basically all of her roles? Like, not one. You couldn't have gotten one of your roles, like one of them, please? Thankfully, Squid Daddy was there to save us just in time. Sadly, however, I didn't quite ascribe to his over exaggeration of the situation. After being reprimanded by Orpheus, we then made our way to some hill, someplace. I believe they gave us the name, but it's been a while, so I keep. For someone that actually played this game like how many times, I keep forgetting a lot of stuff. Elizabeth and company stood and watched in terror or horror, not entirely sure which one to use, as the brain. Mm, it's still so funny to me that it's actually just a big brain with tentacles. This is probably some sort of lore attached to this, but it's actually still. It's a big brain with tentacles, guys. On our way to our destination, what's his name also showed up as well, almost ready to start a fight with us because he thought that we actually killed Orpheus, which we didn't. Orpheus just turned into a mind flayer, and I can understand how you think that's not Orpheus. But, well, they spoke to each other and he kind of understood what was going on. So here we are. Now we have them as our allies. How many allies did we have again? Oh, we're gonna see that in like 5 seconds. Here we have a man who, after how many playthroughs, I still have no idea who he is, if I've ever met him before, and where exactly he comes from. I don't even remember ever having the fist as a part of my allies. I think sometimes. Oh wait, no. I think the fists only show up if you have Will's dad. But Will's dad basically dies in almost every playthrough I have because I I really do not like playing Will's quests. I really don't like playing his quests. But I mean, if I was supposed to play him as original character by himself, it would make a lot of sense if I played his quests because he really suits the hero. Oh, well, he's not little anymore. He's big, but look at him. This is the first time I also got Dame Alien, by the way. Every single time she just didn't showed up, and I used to be so confused. I don't know what Polo is gonna do at all. I don't know if he did anything at all. And I think this is also the first time I've gotten the Tiefling. I didn't even know that you could have him as an ally. That was crazy to me. I don't know how I got him as an ally, so I'm just gonna have to play this again and hope that it works. And this time I can actually like figure out how. I'm rambling. Hold on. Yes, Lizzie, my baby. Well, she's not actually crawling; she's being dragged. But crawl, crawl to your destiny, my guys. Make the world know your names. Free every single person on this planet. That, by the way, was I supposed to be a hero in this playthrough? Because I don't remember what I was supposed to be in this playthrough. I guess I really hurt my daddy when I kind of turned against him and sided with Orpheus because he came talking about some, oh, I know everything about you, and now everyone else on my team knows everything about you, so y'all are going down. And I'm just there like, guy, I really, there was nothing much that we spoke. We didn't really do much talking, basically. We ended up finishing him off very easily, and I must add, like, the game basically punishes you for certain choices that you choose. Because in my first playthrough, I actually started with the Emperor, and let me tell you, he is way weaker than Orpheus by so much. Orpheus has way more than he does, which I never understood. He basically like for Orpheus, I barely have to try and heal him. For the Emperor, I have to be healing him like 3/4 of the time, hoping that the one mind player I have doesn't die. On another note, though, this was probably one of the hardest brain fights. Such a weird thing to say, but this is probably one of the hardest brain fights that I've had through all my playthroughs. I'm thinking it's because of the fact that this was my first honor run, so maybe that's why the difficulty was a bit different for me because I was down to the last thing. Whatever these glowy things are, I was down to the last one. She literally, this brain pisses me off, by the way, let me rant. She will not give me any opportunity to stay on one of these blocks for at least one turn. Every single time when they will destruct, she will destruct like five of them one time. I do not understand what I was meant to do at that point in time. I would only see her do her little legendary action and then boom. Basically, every single one of the blocks that my party members were standing on were highlighted. And I'm just there down to the last one thinking to myself, "Hmm, how the hell am I going to make it if she's going to destroy every single? I would have died. Let me just say this if she didn't leave one of them. It would have literally been the end of my game because I was so scared. I was like, she's down to like 20, 30 something lives, and she's about to take the last remaining piece of block. Thankfully, she did it because if she did, it would have been a game over. I would have never played the next honor mode because there was no possible way you would have seen me go through a whole ass run again to lose at the last minute. I would never be able to deal with that. In my heart, I will never be able to deal with that. Princeton, it all worked out in the end as we were able to defeat the brain. Everyone got rid of their worms, parasites. Um, I keep forgetting what they call them in game. However, Carla still had her burning engine. Remember that time when she was having a mental breakdown? She was still being very much stubborn, however, because she said she didn't want to go to the hells and she would rather blow up right in front of my face. However, I couldn't deal with any more stress or trauma after that last episode, so I basically bullied her into coming down to the hells with me. And boy, did we get the best ending in this game.
Well, soldier, here we are. It worked. My engine's calmed down. I shouldn't have let you come here. This isn't going to be easy, you know. Zariel's going to come at us with everything she's got. Gods, like clockwork. They'll be on us soon, but there's just enough time. Thought I was done with these. But then, there was you. Imps are fast, but careless. Don't let them tire you out, just get rid of them. And don't forget, you asked for this. Better let these fuckers know I'm back. And this time, I'm not alone.